So now that iOS 18 has been out for over 2 weeks and I've installed this on my main iPad Pro M4, I'm going to pretty much give a rundown on what I think of this OS and how stable it is after about 2 weeks of using it. So first, this is the M4 iPad Pro. This is the 256GB model, 11-inch, and I use this iPad every day. While I've actually not put the beta on my iPhone for the first time since, I believe, 2015, this has been pretty good overall. Actually, I would say right now this feels more stable than iOS 17 did. A couple of things I have to note. I have yet to even notice one issue on this. When I'm, rearranging the control center, it can be a little bit weird, but if you guys watched my iPhone XS Max video, where I pretty much trashed on the iPhone XS Max for its poor performance on iOS 18, you would see that this control center experience on the XS Max was really bad. It just feels a lot worse than doing it, well, right there. But on the iPad Pro, it does weird stuff still, but it's definitely not like it was on the iPhone XS. And I would say, honestly, judging this iOS release off of general stability right now, I think this would be a pretty good year because right now, pretty much everything works just as it's supposed to. The control center could use some reworking right now, but I've had no issues, moving apps around, just generally doing what iOS 18 was made to do. As I said, I've yet to see any issues doing that. A couple things that I do want to note. I think there was supposed to be a Mail app redesign. I have yet to see that. The Mail app is still the same as it was on iOS 17 right now on beta 1. Maybe that's coming in the future. As for right now, I think there's a way to force the new Siri UI onto these devices. It still has the old Siri globe icon right there. And one thing I also will note, this was an issue on iOS 17, Siri on the iPad is extremely hard to dismiss, can't swipe it away, just have to deal with Siri on the iPad being intrusive if I accidentally toggle Siri. As for battery performance, so far, this has been really good. I have not been using this iPad as much in the last few days. The battery life on this has been just fine. I'm doing about 2 hours a day screen on time, maybe a bit more, maybe less some days, using less than 50% of my battery a day, which is actually really impressive for this iPad. And going into the battery health on this iPad, it is 100% battery health with 21 charge cycles. So I would say that for iOS 18's battery life on the iPads, really good. I would not say this battery lasts just about as long as iOS 17, especially when I first installed the beta. I was seeing some kind of battery drain. It actually has been pretty nice since I've had this on here for about 2 weeks now, and I haven't really had any major issues. One slight annoyance that I have with iOS 18 is how the new music app queue system works. So if I want to put my music on shuffle like I normally do and move this up here, I'm no longer able to. Or if I want to move the queue down here, just makes no sense to me why I can't put these songs up here and these songs down there. Then a major complaint about iOS 18 is how the new Photos app is designed and how to work it. This entire kind of bottom taskbar is just redesigned, and to see my most recent photos, I have to go here instead of going into albums, then recent. As for the filters, this is kind of cool how I can, filter out screenshots and whatnot. It gives too much of an emphasis on zooming in and zooming out of photos compared to efficiently organizing and sorting the photos that I've taken, and I don't like that. That's one of the reasons why I don't have the beta on my main iPhone. The Photos app and the Music app both just make things a little bit harder and slower to use, and I do not like that, especially on my phone. Whether or not I would recommend people to install this on a daily iPad, I don't know. I'd probably recommend against it. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully this helps some people decide whether or not they want to put the beta on their main device, and goodbye.